This is for my weirdos playlist. First of all, the lack of character in the governing class led to their current social engineering project. Okay, this is important, which led to the mass murder, exploitation, drugging, starvation, etc. that we've seen. The ridiculous degree of child abuse, okay, is a direct effect and a very predictable effect of their social engineering process, which affects reproduction and culture, finance, politics, social life, you name it. That is a key point. Okay, we'll call it the intro. My first point in regards to what should be done has to do with sabotage. If you don't get past this point, then don't bother arguing the other points and trying to pretend that people shouldn't listen to me. I'm sabotaged with over 22 witnesses. Again, I am sabotaged with over 22 witnesses on record. I have the presence of mind to get them on record on top of that. And one of the things they're trying to do is trying to make it seem like they're smarter than I am, more normal than I am, more sane. And they're trying to make it so I look weird, put red on my lips, try to blur me in with the masses of sort of mediocre liberals and poorer conservatives who are seen as weird, with a long history leading up to it. Okay? The Harley Quinns, for example. The people with cake face, for example. There's a long history of associating that with cholas, right? Female Mexican gangsters. Okay? Sluts, strippers, gothics, people who aren't taken seriously. And these people in charge are in traditional social clubs like Freemasons. They wear suits and ties. Okay? Anyone with sense doesn't trust political people with suits and ties. They don't trust rich people. Okay? But that's the angle they're playing. That's point number one. The sabotage is what you would expect, to the point where it's even in their Bible. I believe it's Matthew 5:10. Blessed are they who are persecuted for righteousness' sake, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Also it says in that same chapter, blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. The pure in heart will be persecuted. In the Bible, it also says all who wish to live a godly life in Christ Jesus will be persecuted. All who wish to be morally precise will be persecuted. That's why they're persecuted. Not because of worshiping God. That's just a consequence and the expected outcome of insisting on moral precision. The wages of sin is death. It's even pointed out in Bob Marley's song, Johnny Was. Point number two, not just in the Bible much. The result and the fair outcome of them persecuting me is that the gap increases. I'm doing the right thing. I'm persecuted for righteousness' sake. As they mess up my shape and my looks, women should want me more and not less. Women of character, which seem to be hard to find these days. Noble character. Their worth is far more than rubies. Okay, who can find? Proverbs 31. A wife of noble character, who can find? The righteous man who's persecuted for righteousness' sake, not white supremacy, not social norms, not the left-right paradigm. The left-right paradigm, ladies and gentlemen, caused over 1 million people to die during the pandemic. They both politicked instead of told the truth, and that caused people to die. It was more than just not wearing masks that caused people to die. It was more than just people distrusting the government in regards to masks and vaccines. It was the continual controlled opposition propaganda from the left-right paradigm that was instrumental in killing over 1 million Americans. I challenge you to prove that wrong. And not with propaganda, but with true facts. How can you say trust science when there isn't even a scientific consensus on climate change? There's a bunch of scientists who signed documents that they don't agree that the science is sound. Plus the history of Eurocentric sciences in the world. You're basically saying trust white supremacy, Jewish supremacy, and the LGBT community, because those were the Eurocentric scientists historically and currently. Point number three, because I do the right thing, I don't have long. So not only do I demand that people submit to me as the only person doing the right thing on the planet, but that they run, not walk to. Because if we continue down this trajectory, the poisons that are causing My change of voice, the change of look, my change of shape will eventually kill me. And soon, one way or another. So you need to rally to me, help me get compensated, and help take care of my health and not prioritize health over morality. See, Murder, a rapper who went to jail for murder, whether he's guilty or not, even pointed out, as a thug with all kinds of tattoos who doesn't argue that he's not a thug, he even pointed out that if you ain't got shit to die for, you shouldn't be living. Who can doubt this is sound logic? You people dying for your complexes doesn't count. You people dying for your children that the New World Order were brainwashed, that doesn't count. That is not a worthy cause worth dying for. You know your children 100% for sure will be brainwashed by the corporate state to be bootlicking demonic cowards. You cannot put that above moral principle. That is sick.